Okay, let's do this. This is my second trial to record the fourth video clip, as the one I recorded is too long, so I have to record it again. We left off on slide 18, and what we're going to be doing now for the next few videos is describing consonant sounds, each one in detail, okay? In order to produce English consonant sounds, the following places of articulation are involved. First, we have labial sounds. Now, consonant sounds will be described in terms of place of articulation from front to back. In other words, the sounds that are produced in the front part of the mouth will be described first, then the ones that are produced immediately behind the front of the mouth, and so on and so forth, until we get to the sounds that are produced in the back of the oral tract, okay? Labial sounds are sounds involving the lips. We have several types of labial sounds. The first one is bilabial sounds. Bilabial sounds involve both the lower lip and the upper lip, okay? And we have 4 bilabial sounds in English. We have p, as in paw. Then we have b, as in ball. Now, p and b are identical in terms of place of articulation. In other words, they're produced exactly in the same way at the same place of articulation. Pay close attention. P, b, p, b, p, b. The only thing that changes between p and b is whether or not the vocal folds are vibrating. In p, you can feel that the air is passing freely, and therefore p is a voiceless bilabial sound. B, on the other hand, you can feel that there is vibration of the vocal folds because the vocal folds are being adjusted, and therefore the air has to force its way out. And as a result, we have vibration of the vocal folds. So b is a voiced bilabial sound. Is clearly also voiced. Is bilabial, but the difference between and b. What's the difference? B. They are both bilabial. They are both voiced. But b is an oral sound. The air is blocked momentarily, but it escapes out the oral cavity. B. In the air is not allowed to come out the oral cavity because the oral cavity is blocked. And as you can see in the second picture here, in the picture on the right, on your right, what happens, that's actually a picture of the pronunciation of You see that the velum is lowered and the air passage is blocked at the oral cavity, but then the air is forced to leave or to be expelled out the nose, out the nasal cavity. So whereas b is a voiced bilabial sound, it is an oral sound because the sound is expelled. The air is expelled out the oral cavity. On the other hand, is bilabial. It is voiced, but it is a nasal sound. W is the 4th bilabial sound. W is bilabial. It also involves the protruding of the lips and lip rounding. W. The air is expelled out the oral cavity, and therefore this is an oral sound. But w, unlike b, has a different way of manipulating or obstructing the air. W, in fact, is considered a sound that is kind of in between a consonant, and a vowel sound. And we will talk a little bit more about this later on. So in the pictures, you could see that in the picture on the right, the production of on the left, the production of either b or p. Let's look at slide 19. This is what I just explained. The sound w involves two constrictions of the vocal tract made simultaneously. One of them is lip rounding, w, and therefore oftentimes this phoneme is described as a bilabial approximant. In other words, as a sound that lies between a consonant sound and a vowel sound. As one articulator is close to another, but the vocal tract is not narrowed as much as it normally is when we produce regular consonant sounds. Let's look at the examples with these bilabial sounds. Okay, we have paw, paw, apple, apple, pepper, pepper, ball, ball, cable, cable, club, club, cup, cup, maw, maw, came, came, wall, wall, go, go, no, no. Notice that w might not necessarily be spelled w, as in the words go and no, which is of course homophonous with the word that you have in the examples, K-N-O-W, which is also pronounced no. Okay. Again, I'm going to read the examples and I want you to listen and repeat. Paw, apple, pepper, ball, cable, club, cup, maw, came, wall, go, no. Okay, let's look at the next slide. Now, let's practice these bilabial sounds by reading the following sentences. Paul hit the ball against the wall. Paul hit the ball against the wall. Peter went to the mall to get a ball. Peter went to the mall to get a ball. Peter went to the mall to get a ball. Something that I want to point out now, and we will talk a little bit more about this towards the end of the semester, but it's a suprasegmental issue. If you pay attention to how I read these sentences, you see that I don't stress every single word in the sentence like we would in Spanish. So I do not say, Paul hit the ball against the wall. Nor do I say, Peter went to the mall to get a ball. In English, what we do is we only stress certain keywords within each sentence. These are called content words, words that contribute the most to the meaning of a sentence, and they normally are nouns, verbs, adjectives. The rest of the words are kind of reduced and they're not stressed. So if you listen again to these sentences, which I'm going to read in just a second, see how I only stress or highlight some of the words in the sentence. The other words get somewhat reduced. Paul hit the ball against the wall. Paul hit the ball against the wall. Which words am I stressing? Paul hit the ball against the wall. Paul, ball, wall. Peter went to the mall to get a ball. Peter went to the mall to get a ball. Peter, mall, and ball are the words that are stressed. Let's look at slide 22. These are examples to practice these bilabial sounds. This is the sound b, b, b. Now this tongue twister highlights not only the sound B, but also vowel sounds which contrast clearly with one another. I'm going to read it slowly. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter." Now in slow motion. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter." We see that we have Betty Botter, and then we have bought, bit, and then we have butter, butter. Okay? Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter." If I put it in my batter as opposed to butter, if I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Notice how this "a" is much longer than the one in butter. Butter, batter, butter, batter, as opposed to Botter, which is Betty's last name, Betty Botter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. And she put it in her batter, and she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. And her batter was not bitter. So it was better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter. So it was better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter. Okay, I'm going to read it one last time, and I'm going to leave it for you to practice. You could also look it up. I Googled it, and you can find this Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, and there's different audios that come with it. Okay, from top to bottom. First slowly and then fast, and I'm going to end this clip here. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. Better than her bitter butter. And she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. So it was better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter. Okay, now fast. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. And she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. So it was better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter. Have fun practicing these.